Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. I've tweaked some of the settings a little bit. We'll see if it works. Maybe it won't work. Who knows? I don't. But what I do know is that I should submit my taxes like a good king would. If you guys would like to, please submit your taxes. Collect the first redemptions. Do whatever you gotta do. Admiral, congrats on grabbing first. W. Hello, hello. Getting some things ready here. Okay, Twitch stream posted. YouTube streams did not. Okay. That is fine. I can do that myself. OV. You fixed the mic. Congrats. That's a wonder to me because I really didn't spend a ton of time on it. But thank you. I'm glad it's working. Because otherwise I don't know what else I would have done. I really spent a lot of time working on the camera. I don't think it's gonna work though. I think the camera is just dying, and we gotta be okay with that. But the mic working is a good thing. I didn't spend a ton of time on it, like I said. I just messed around with the gain a little bit, and then I updated some very, very small things with the audio settings across the entirety of Windows, and it kind of worked a little bit. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hello, AB Chewy. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Hello, Swifty. Thank you for submitting your taxes. 200 times total, and then Admiral with 180. We love to see it, guys. Appreciate the support. I'm gonna go ahead and take, like, some fish, and we're gonna go ahead and cook it up so that we can go down to the mines. We're gonna try to get some diamonds today. Are you using NVIDIA broadcast noise removal? No. No, I'm not. Totally normal human, thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. The noise suppression that I use is a bunch of audio filters. But they're built in OBS, not like, external stuff. It's pretty basic run-of-the-mill, noise gates and stuff. Hey, Nikita, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. For those of you who didn't catch it, new episode, or first episode of the Forever World is out now. Episode 2 should be out on Saturday. We've got 2 shorts out, one just with like the first portion of the video in it to tease, and then the other one was a clip of me and the dogs, and then I've got one more tomorrow just to get one last push for people to watch. But then we'll have on Saturday another episode, and then there'll be, again, probably 3 shorts out of that one. The plan is every episode there will be 3 shorts taken out of it in some way, shape, or form to help people see the video. But I'm just trying some new things, you know? I have no clue how to say your guys' names, but I'm going to try. Enzo, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Luz, hi. Hello. How's it going? It's good to see you. Love what I've seen so far. I appreciate it. Thank you. I spent a lot of time on the first episode especially. So episode 0 will probably be the best you'll ever see out of me. Actually, that's a lie. I'm going to be tightening up things, hopefully, in the next couple of episodes. We'll see. It's a process, though. Good shaders, good base. I appreciate it. Thank you. The shaders are complimentary reimagined. They're my favorite shader pack, personally. I also use Euphoria patches as well, so you may see some slight tweaks just from even base complimentary. The base I built on my episode of the Forever World. It was really ugly. You guys will be seeing a better version of it on the episode coming out on Saturday, but it will look like this by the end of that. Let's see. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, Vincent. Hope you're doing well. Hello. So today we're gonna go mining. I'm just trying to get the last couple of diamonds I need. We've got full diamond armor. We've got a couple of tools, but I really need more diamonds in general. So we're gonna try our best to get back down to diamond level. We've got better gear overall, I would say, than what we've had in the past. And we'll just mine for a little while. Word on the street is that we were supposed to get some ice snow thing this weekend. Oh boy. We're supposed to get quite a lot of snow out where I live as well. Like a lot. I won't name exact amounts, but at one point in time, they were forecasting somewhere around 36 inches, which it may be more, it may be less. What the heck? Where are we? Level 8. I didn't even know. I missed diamonds at some point, I guess. You can tell because bread is sold out. That sounds about right, yeah. Bread and milk always sells out as soon as there's ice or a hurricane on the way, isn't it? Right, I might have to wait till tomorrow or Saturday to watch. Hey, that's okay, Nikita. And don't feel like you guys gotta watch it either. Like, if you guys if your thing is live streams, I'm happy to have you for the live streams. Like, I just like making the little notice that, like, it is there if you guys want it. Otherwise, you'll get to see things in live stream as well. Alright, it's a little dark. Do I have a torch? Let's do that. So we already have one diamond. That's pretty good. But we may just get freezing rain. Freezing rain is so cool. Like, I don't know how many of you know just how cool freezing rain is, but it's not as cool as I'd like it to be. You know, it's a lot more dangerous than I'd like it to be. But it's just rain that freezes on contact, basically. Really cool. Really cool. But not as cool when you're an adult and you have to actually get to work and all that. That part sucks. It's a coin flip right now. That was the worst pun ever. I didn't mean for it to be a pun, but it definitely became one. I just thought it was cold rain. It sort of is, kind of. But it's also a little bit more than that. The rain is very cold, yes, but the second it hits the ground is also cold, and so it basically creates a small layer of ice on the ground usually. Because it is super cold rain and super cold surface. One time I was in Kansas, and Can I stop lagging? Please? I didn't even do anything this time. And that sounds like something that could be a good photo for that photo. I need to submit sometime. Submit the photo. Do it. Hello, Luz. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I'm doing a thing really quick. Give me like 1 second. Okay. My 3D printer, it's on overtime right now because I'm trying to get a project done. with it, and it's a big project, like really, really big project. Basically, I'm making a big piece of furniture, which is eating up a lot of my plastic supply, thankfully, because I've got way too much right now, and I needed this piece of furniture anyway, and I was like, you know what? I need to try to design stuff anyway. Let me try to design it, and then, you know, I'll try to print it as well, just as proof of concept. And it's coming along pretty good, but it is a lot of plastic. I mean, by the time it's all said and done, I might have burned through all of my rolls. Which is mind-blowing to me, because I've got quite a lot of filament, but I'm getting through it. No. No. Okay, we also have a lot more food this time than we did last time, so this should go over a lot better than the last time we came down here. Although we didn't die last time, so to say that we're gonna do better implies that we did pretty bad last time. It was just, we can stay down a lot more. Not exactly at home, so Twitch is draining my data. I'll check back in a bit, though. Good luck. See ya. All right, enjoy your time out, Nikita. It's good seeing you. Have a safe time. And we'll catch you another time, I suppose. I said time a little bit too many times in that sentence. I guess what I'm gonna do, I think I'll go down, okay? And I'm gonna just assume there's a big fat cave down here. It seems likely. We're gonna bet on the odds. And I'm just gonna dig straight down. In the meantime, we'll hold the torch so I can actually see. Okay. Good news. So, today, my parents needed to go to the airport. So I was up early. I'm pretty tired already, but, good news, I can get a lot of work done because they're not here. Love my parents to bits, but they know how to keep me busy. That's for sure. Oh, we've already been here. Well, okay, let's just try to get lower, I guess. Your pick, what enchant is it? It's efficiency 1 and unbreaking 1. So it's not got anything fancy on it yet, but one day it will. I'm just trying to take my time with the Forever World. I don't want to speed run or anything. Nathan with 60 tax submissions. We'd love to see it. Awesome. Appreciate it, dude. I'm not late. I'm just early for the next one. There we go. I like the mentality. I'm liking the mentality. So I took my parents to the airport. I'm pretty tired, but I'm gonna get a lot of work done this week while they're gone. I can stay up late and do whatever I want without a lot of concerned glances when I go to the bathroom at like 4 in the morning and they're like, what are you doing up? And I'm like, what are you doing up? You know, that whole circus is not something we gotta worry about. I'm gonna go ahead and use up these iron pickaxes right now. Not that it really matters if I hold on to the diamond one, because we're not gonna have mending on that for a while. But I want to go ahead and just use up these iron picks while we can. And I get impatient as we go. So knowing that I'm gonna be impatient later means I should use my better pickaxes then rather than now. Oh, right. I never finished that thought. So I went to the doctor after I took my parents to the airport because I needed to go anyway for prescription refills, but Oop. It's a little busted, the colored lighting. I don't know if I like it or not. I haven't decided. It's kind of fancy and it's kind of nice, but it's also kind of annoying with some of it. I don't know if there's a way to disable it with certain blocks and entities. But if I can, I might do it for at least the XP, because it's a little much. Right, doctors. So I went there, and I walked in, and I was like, hey, listen, I've got a laundry list of items, and it's gonna suck. And I'm like, so you might want to sit down. And she's like, okay, I can sit down really quick. So she sat down, pulled up my file, and she's like, all right, what are we starting with? I'm like, well, last time I came in for the joint pains and the chronic fatigue and the connective tissue issues. She's like, okay, what did they say about that at genetics? And so I gave her the rundown, basically. For those of you who don't know, nothing. They found nothing. So next step is rheumatology. So she immediately says, hey, we're gonna send you to rheumatology. Okay. So works for me. She's like, okay, what else? And I'm like, okay, so then there's this thing with my heart. And she's like, oh no, okay. So we've already been through the heart stuff. Rap, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Lemaire? Is that how I say your name? Right, so we go in to the heart stuff. We've already been through that before with each other, so it was kind of like, okay, yeah, nothing sounds abnormal there for you. It's abnormal for most people, but for you, that's just the way you are. Like, yeah, physiology-wise, I'm pretty busted right now. So we kind of talked about that. She's like, okay, well, I don't think we can really do much for that. You know, if it's POTS like you might have, basically your only option is to just change lifestyle things. I mean, you can do a couple of small tweaks and changes, and there are some meds that you could technically take, but they're not really gonna be specifically for POTS. It's usually to control other conditions like high or low blood pressure. So it's kind of like, why would you take that kind of deal? You're at more risk by taking that than you are by silly orthostatic pressure jumping or dropping. So she's like, okay, well, what about, like, what's your lifestyle like? Like, do you drink coffee? Do you eat? What are you drinking? You know, how's your fluids? I'm like, you know, they're okay, except when I forget. And she's like, you forget to eat and drink. I'm like, yes, I do. Which, I hate to admit it. It happens a lot more than I care to admit. Same thing with sleep. I forget to sleep. 1, 2, 3. I get so distracted and so focused on things that I just forget. And she's like, oh, you get distracted, you get focused, you have focus problems. Like, yes. And she's like, well, have you ever been tested for ADHD? I'm like, there we go. There's, I wasn't gonna bring it up directly. I was gonna make a note of it, at least at the end of the appointment, just to see if it was on the books at all with her. And, immediately she clocked into it with the other stuff. And I was like, well, I guess we'll get into it now. She is sending me out for testing for that too. So I'll give you guys an update once all that's going on. But the medical stuff has been very interesting today. Then of course I had to go get my blood work done and all that fun stuff. I actually don't mind blood work. I love it, really. I find it very fascinating. I like to watch it. A lot of people think I'm psychotic for that, but I just really like to watch the blood draw. It's a very interesting thing. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. So, you all know now pretty much everything. I don't think I missed anything on that. We're a lot closer, though, to having things figured out, hopefully, and stabilized, so that I can do better with everything else. You know, lately it's been a little troublesome working on anything. This last week or so, I've just been so off. I've been off my game. But I'm hoping to get back on it soon, you know? We'll see. We'll see. Things I focus on, I don't necessarily mean to. I'm open to anything, though. She actually mentioned OCD, which was, like, a weird one for me. I don't think I've ever had anybody ask me if I had OCD. But it was one of the first questions she asked me. Was like, hey, do you think OCD is in the picture here? Like, do you feel like that? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm willing to go get it tested if you want. Like, I'm at this point where it's just kind of like, we're at loose ends. We're just chasing roads at this point to figure out what's wrong with me. And I'm very thankful for a doctor who actually wants to chase those roads. So it was a very good day, honestly. I also got to eat chicken and waffles. Never really thought I was going to be eating chicken and waffles before. This was a new thing for me. The chicken and the waffles are good. I would not eat them together, though. They are pretty good, though. Hello, Rift. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. We're just mining for some diamonds today. Although we're kind of mining for everything, I would argue. Like, as much as I do want diamonds, I also want just everything. And I should probably just go get a different cave, in all honesty. This, strip mining, I've never really been good at strip mining. I don't know what's my luck, but I've never really had much success with it. What's that? Okay. Doing all right, looking for internships right now. Hey, that's awesome. What field is your internship gonna be in if it works out? 1, 2, 3. I really want to me some Mickey-shaped pancakes and waffles. Oh, okay. I don't know where they serve those in specific. I know there's a couple of resorts that do it that I've been to, but I'm sure they do it in the park as well. 1, 2, 3. You can get Mickey-shaped pretzel pretty much everywhere. And I don't know if pretzels are your thing, but pancakes and waffles, those are a little more niche. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Most places in the parks, quite honestly, they have pretty much the same food. There are a couple of outliers, though, there. You know, everywhere has, I think, just about nuggets and, like, burgers and french fries. But sometimes those specific restaurants also have other things. Like, for example, in Magic Kingdom, over by 1, 2, 3 in Frontierland, they have a place called Pecos Bill. It's got some really good I guess I would say it's not Tex-Mex. It's much more Mexican than it is anything. But it's still got a little bit of an American influence on it. So it's pretty good. I like that place. We've gone to a place called Pinocchio's. It's got they do like flatbread pizzas there. That's pretty good. I'm trying to think, if you're a big fan of turkey, there's places where you can get big old turkey legs. Those are a big hit. They're actually pretty good price, honestly. Like, Disney is notorious for being expensive, and the food being expensive as well. The turkey legs are actually a fair price, if I remember correctly. So, you know, there's a lot of good options there. It just kind of depends on what you want. There's an app. I'm assuming you have a phone, Swiftu. I actually don't think I've ever asked. But I'm sure you'll at least be with people who do have a phone. You almost definitely have a phone. In this day and age, I would imagine. Anyway, you know, if you have the ability, though, there's an app. You can sort out food options on there. You can sort out all the wait times. Get the app. It's so worth it. It is so worth it. It's free. You just download it and boom, you're good. You're set. It even tracks where you are in the park. I have no clue how to say your name. Raj? I'm gonna go with that for now. Raj, how's it going? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Slime submitting 25 times. Let's go. Quarter of the way to 100, baby. Let's flip and go. Bay, wake up. Tax, submit, tax. We love to see it. We love to see it. Looking at some hardware engineering ones that either have something I want specifically or at the very least close and different learning opportunities. Okay, nice. Yeah. Hardware engineering. So is that like a field that you're really wanting to get into, like, full time for, like a career? I know for me, this actually came up a little bit during my doctor's appointment today. Occupation-wise, you know, I would love to be in IT. Like, that would be so fun. Especially when it comes to hardware stuff. So, like, setting up, computers and such. So much fun. Same thing with setting up servers. Like, the hardware side, love it. Software side, I could do without. Like, I struggle with software. God loves you. Have a blessed day. He loves you too, Munchie. He loves you too. Appreciate it. Have a good day. 1, 2, 3. Embedded specifically, but anything related hands-on work. Okay. I could definitely get behind that. Hands-on is the best way, in my opinion. You don't have to imagine anything. 1, 2, 3. It keeps you busy. Every day's a little different, at the very least. You know, you're not doing the same thing over and over again, which is always a fun part of a job, is doing different things. At least for me, that is. When I worked at Walmart, I could not stand sitting still for hours on end. And like a lot of days, that's what it was, is you'd sit there and be behind the counter, and I hated that. When they let me go wander around the store and put like returned items back or go out to the parking lot, I'm getting light flashes. Is it windy right now? I may lose power, guys. It's not particularly windy. We're not getting anything, really. I don't know. The lines just might be stressed right now. There's been a lot of downed trees and such. 1, 2, 3. Completely agree, but I also learning best hands-on. I can't stay in one room all day, every day. Yes. Learning, absolutely. 100% agree with you. If you can't, like, apply what you learn immediately, it's gone. At least for me. And I assume that's probably similar for you. You could read about it all day, but until you actually do it, it doesn't stick. Thanks, no problem, Munchie. Not a problem. Good to do. Hope all is well, bro. It's doing pretty okay. Hope all is well with you too, Tack. It's good to see you, as always. 2, 3. Hi, Emmy. It's good to see you. Hello. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I can get behind that. I was going to do college at one point in time, but every time I get close to even thinking about it, it stresses me out because I know my learning style just isn't, for the fields I want to go into especially, it's really hard to get into it. in a hands-on way, because most places want you to already have a decent grasp on software, and I really struggle with software. I need to find like a good way to teach myself it in a hands-on way, which I'm actually kind of doing a little bit, sort of, but I'm not confident in my abilities. We'll see. I don't know if digging up is a good idea or not. I feel like it might be a little bit redundant. Possibly dangerous even, but technically you are exposing more blocks, so I don't know. It's part of the reason I'd be okay with a warehouse job if I can't get anything with my degree. That's fair. I can 100% get behind your thought process here. You and I have a lot of similar mentality on that. Rag, I might have an interview for a job soon. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Emmy. Congrats, that's awesome. I know right now, job market is kind of a little crazy. So, having the opportunity to possibly have an interview is a big deal. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. ADHD does that, yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one who struggles with those things. It is phone screening. Like, phone. When you say, what is phone screening? Like screening for phones, or like putting screens into phones? Like, I'm sorry. I'm really curious though. I'm a little dense. But I really want this job. I can move out of this job. Yeah, okay. A job that you can move up in is at least a foot in the door, you know? I remember I wanted to work at the FBI at one point, and they, you know, the thing I qualify for, which I think is still really cool, you only need a high school degree for, and there's opportunity to move up because you start to have more experience as you go, and experience outranks a degree. My dad really wanted me to get into it as well, because he wanted a son that could say that he worked at the FBI, which I totally get. I would love to be able to say I worked at the FBI as well. But the job itself wasn't all that exciting. But if you work there like only 2 or 3 years, you can get up higher into things and you can get some better jobs. Or if you just at least have the foot in the door, they always open up applications to people within the company first, or the organization rather, I guess, first. So you get first dibs, and if you're qualified, you get to move up into the company a little bit more, which is awesome. I was gonna work in IT with them at one point if the plan worked out, but it just didn't, unfortunately. Never say never, though. I would 100% still work there if the opportunity is given. At least until other things work out in favor, you know. If Omnia like took off in sales and all that, I would love to work there until that happened. But you know, I'm just here doing what I want to do right now, and whatever happens after that is okay. Move out of this job over the phone interview, still screening out. Okay, I'm following now. My bad. Okay. A phone interview is still a good thing. It gives them opportunity to pick up on personalities and work ethics and all that, and clear up some things that may have not been clear through written formats. So you've got your foot in the door with them already. They're staking some time into who you are as a person. That's awesome. That is awesome. Customer service rep for an insurance agent. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Phone etiquette too. Yes. Yes. There is a certain level of professionalism when it comes to phone service jobs. I am amazed at people who can pick up a phone. I get very I don't know if this is a specific thing, but I get very anxious when it comes to phone calls. When it comes to making a phone call or taking a phone call. I just really struggle with it. I've had friends call me out of the blue sometimes. I've not told them this. I would be shocked if any of them were listening at this very moment, but if they were, don't worry, it's okay. I'm getting over it a little bit. But I've had friends call me out of the blue and it's given me like mild anxiety attacks. Just very, very small. But if you can answer a phone on behalf of a company, you are like almost god tier social. I could never. So GG's if that's something that you're able to do. You guys got something over me. I guess I could keep going this way. Nathan with the dinner bone. W. Love dinner bone. From what I can tell from the job listing, I should be paid enough to live on my own with roommates. Okay. A little bit of independence would be nice. That's pretty good. That is really good. That's awesome. Okay. And, you know, you said it would... You can move out on this job. Yeah, okay. So, would this have any opportunity for you to move up within the company as well later on? Or is it just kind of one of those, like, you know, it's not a dead-end job, I should say, but it's like, you'll probably be in this position for the entirety of your company career, probably. You know, a lot of times, you may not move up in the company, but you could move up in other places by having the work experience and the time put in. Sometimes you can move up to other positions with other companies instead. I love working customer service, so this could be really good. Okay. That's good. You are interesting. I hated customer service. I despise customer service. You have something over on me, Emmy. I don't like those sorts of jobs. Jobs that you deal with people, those suck. You are an anomaly. How do you do it? I'm curious. Like, is it just like something that you just really enjoy by default, or did you have to like work on enjoying customer service related jobs? 1, 2, 3. They're willing to teach and train, so I think there might be a way to move up. Okay, that's good. Is it like work from home as well? I know some, or a lot of, customer service related jobs are work from home now, which is really great, especially I know, you know, medically, that's a big deal right now. Is, you know, sometimes your body just hates you, and I felt that. You're not alone on it. Customer service is a great role, honestly, if you can do it. Fish. But yeah, if they're able to move you up, there was the first camera flash. Well, we did try. We did try. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if you're able to move up, it'll probably be management. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of usually where it goes, and especially in call center type of positions, it kind of goes up from oh, what do you call it? from like the people that actually answer to managers who then route it to the right departments and so on and so forth. You know, it's kind of all about moving up the chain. Sometimes you take less calls so that you can move other people around, and that part I think sounds a lot more fun, helping people find the right person to talk to, because it's a little bit of a puzzle. I like that. But I don't like being the guy that has to sit there and say, like, could you try unplugging and replugging it in? I know with insurance, that's a lot different. So, I just know from my... I have done sort of tech support over the phone, I guess. It wasn't for an official position, but I do remember one of my friends really needed help with something, and she was technologically illiterate. And I don't mean that in a mean way, it's just that's not something she was passionate about, and you could tell. And that was really hard to do. Hello, Devil Gaming. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. My mom does insurance. Oh, nice. Just tell people, she has people tell her because they can't afford their surgery, their child is gonna die, and they blame it on her, so it's a very hard job. That is the hard part. Luckily, I hope, your mom knows that it's not her fault. Those people are just very stressed because they're in a very hard position, and I'm not negating that. I'm not approving of those people saying and doing those things. But I also realize where they're coming from on that a little bit. You know, it's a tough position to be in. It really is. Gonna do that. Okay. But she's doing what she can in order to work with the insurance company so that hopefully the claim can go through and their child will get the surgery that they need. It's 6 a.m. in India. Oof. Well, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Oh. What the heck? Did I strip mined over here. I've strip mined into my other strip mine. Okay. Well then, let's just go down this way, shall we? I really apologize for the flickering, guys. I don't know what's with that. It gets better, then it gets worse, and then it gets better, and then it gets a lot worse. What time is it at your place? It is currently 8:16 p.m. So it's a little bit of a difference. But it's kind of evening time. The place I applied to doesn't do health insurance, so hopefully we won't have to deal with that too much. Okay, that's good. It may just, you know, insurance, honestly, health insurance is rough. Absolutely. If you're doing, like, most other types of insurance are usually pretty okay. Because, like, homeowners insurance, for example, you know what you're paying for. So most people aren't gonna call because they have a flood and say, I need you guys to cover my house, and you're gonna go and you don't have flood insurance. That usually doesn't happen. Usually they snap their finger and they go, dang it, I should have bought flood insurance. Where health insurance, it's a lot different. I mean, on that one, it's like everything is covered except when it's not, because the insurance says, hey, we don't think you actually need that, which is wild that a company that hasn't ever seen you can say that they don't think you need it. I get it to a certain degree. That's how they make sure that they can pay for other people's medical stuff. so that you're not just going down frivolous paths. That is really bad. If I need to turn off the camera, let me know, guys. It's flickering pretty bad, though. Good night, Devil. Go get some sleep. Go get some sleep. I appreciate you being here, though. Go sleep. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. But yeah, home insurance, even driver's insurance to a certain degree. That one's a little more different, but it's not super bad. Sometimes you gotta argue with other, with some people, but insurance is rough. Yes, it is. It can suck. I'll come back for sure. Well, I appreciate it. I really do. It's very sweet of you. Good news is I don't have to deal with it until I'm 23. 23? Bro, I'm 20. What? How old am I? 21. I'm 21 and I'm dealing with it. I guess if you're in college, you do not have to worry about it too much, usually. I look forward to the day I'm either married or I turn 25. Because I will no longer have to pay more on my car insurance. I have to pay more just because I'm a young human male. I think that's a little stupid. I don't know. That's just me. Like, my driving record has been perfect that entire time. But purely because statistically the young men are more reckless unless you're married or you turn 25, at which point you mellow out a little bit and become a little more thoughtful, I guess. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. I would love to save some money. I really would. If I go to college with my parents' plan, I am set till 23. That is true. That is very true. Well, hopefully that works out then. Definitely go to college if you can. It's good to have a degree. I know you can do it without a degree, but having a degree gives you something to fall back on, or it makes companies believe that you're actually qualified for it. I'll say I'm your only viewer. You'll be demotivated if you don't need to stay, man. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I've got viewers on Twitch too. You don't have to worry about until they deny you your meds being mailed to you for some yeah. Luckily I live very close to a pharmacy, and I've got a lot of people who will go and get it for me if I need it. That being said, I don't envy people who don't have a pharmacy like a couple miles down the road, or who don't have people that they can rely on. Because, like you said, not being able to have it mailed sucks. I don't even think I live in a place where they can mail it right now, just due to the infrastructure, I guess, that we've got in place at my local area. I live in a very small town, so I don't know if they would be able to. Boo! Coral, how's it going? It's good to see you. Thank you for paying your taxes. I appreciate it. We are really bad. Let's just pretend I'm on screen, guys. Whoa! Aha! I'm here. Pretty good time, isn't it? Get married for the tax benefits and then slowly turn into actual love. Sounds like a great love story. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dude. The thought has crossed my mind on more than one occasion to ask somebody maybe halfway serious about that. Like, at this point, what do I have to lose, you know? What do I have to lose? Like, okay. I'll technically be married, so I can't just go on dates. Well, actually, I could, because if we don't actually love each other, then she'd be chill with me going and seeing other people. Okay, she'd be able to go see other people. We're not locked into this besides legally. We've got some pretty decent tax benefits. We got good insurance benefits. We can bundle into a family plan there. Like, it could work. It could work. What do I have to lose? What would I have to lose? Did that actually fix the face cam, by the way? Like, have you guys seen it flicker green again? I don't think it did. I'm kind of offended that that worked. Rag, I'm scared of the dark. It's okay. The light shines in the darkness. Let there be light. We'll go with that now. I have a pharmacy in walking distance. In fact, my whole town is in walking distance. I would know as I have marched through my entire town. Technically, it's in walking distance for me as well, but the problem is I live in a place where it's all hills. If I were to try to walk, it's uphill both ways, and it's about probably a 10-minute walk. Because it is uphill both ways. If it were flat, it would probably be like, I don't know, probably, I would say you could probably do it in 7 minutes. Your handsomeness broke the cam. Sure. Toast? We love toast. I should eat some toast tonight. I don't know. Bro, can you share your base once? Let me see where it's at. It's somewhere up here. Nope. Where is my base? There it is. It's kind of on the edge, so I don't think we'll be able to see it very well, but it is over here. This is where I live. This little guy. It's just a little dirt hut. But, you know, not too bad, not too shabby. Spectator, it's, free cam. So it lets me just pop my eyes out of my body. Pretty sick. Nice for starter. Appreciate it, thank you. From north to south of all my town and flat, 1.73 miles, and from east to west is also like 1. Dang. You got... Mine is large landmass size, partially because technically, so what the locals call town isn't actually what's legally town. Legally town is like really densely populated. But, it's very small. I actually don't live in a town legally. I live... I think, 2 minutes from any town in every direction. So... You know... I actually live in no man's land. Take that for what you will. Nobody wants us, and, I'm sad. That's not the whole area, but nothing is outside of that area. Yes. That is tiny. Coral, I have a question. Oh, boy. Not a dirty, nasty smelly hole, but a nicely kept hole in the ground. Ah, Lord of the Rings, yes! Fail at the Lord of the Rings reference. It's okay. It's okay. There was an attempt. The heart behind it was pure. You did your best. Do people, like, not put up Canadian flags outside their house? Because when I play GeoGuessr and it's Canada, there are no flags. It looks just like America. I don't think patriotism is as big of a thing in other countries. Now, there are, of course, exceptions to that. But here in the US, it is a lot more common, absolutely, to be proud of your country and to display flags and all that sorts of things. At least from what I've heard and what I've seen of other countries. Like, from my understanding, even in, like, Europe, there's... I mean, like I said, there are a few people out there in every place, but I very rarely ever see anywhere else that, like, the citizens own a flag of their country and also display it. In fact, I actually know some people who have burned their own country's flags. Which like, you know, teach their own. You know, you do what you want to do, but I don't know, if I'd hate my country that much, I'd just leave it. Like, I wouldn't waste my money on buying a flag to burn. I don't know. I would just consider saving that money to move. Stay in Mexico most times. Really, most people don't even own a flag of their own country. I don't believe so, no. We used to own one for our home, but it blew away because there's a really, really bad tornado. And we forgot to get it before it was too late. But we just spread liberty somewhere in the world, I guess. Somebody else needed that flag more than us. Or something like that. Some of them are American. I've known some people who have bought American flags to burn them, yeah. They're not even American. I don't know why. I don't know why you would do that, other than just because you don't like America, which, you know, teach their own. Like, that is your right as a person to not like it. I just think it's a waste of your own money to buy an American flag to burn. Like, I don't require any of you to like America. Like, that's up to you. But I do encourage you, practice good finances. Don't spend your money to try to send a message to a country that you don't live in, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there are some times where I would say, like, yes, send a message to a country you don't live in because they're doing something inherently wrong. But I found the reason most people burn American flags aren't because they disagree. They just actually hate whoever's in charge of the country at that very moment, which is kind of like, I get it to an extent, but you're not really showing that person that you disapprove of them. You just are being a generally angry person about a world leader. And I don't like very many world leaders. Like, I don't like really any of them. I'm trying to think of one I do like. Nope. I can't, JFK is dead. I'm just thinking modern day alive world leader. Obama's not dead, but he's not a world leader, and I don't really care for him too much either. For a former president, he's awfully active within politics still. I might be in a minority there, but I don't think former presidents should have as much influence in elections as some of them think they need. And that goes for a lot of them. Like, that's not me just singling out one of them, trust me. A lot of them do that. And I'm not a huge fan. Your neighbor Tim. Tim is love. Tim is life. Tim is he's a great world leader, honestly. Current or past? I would say current. Past, there's been some good ones, absolutely. And I wouldn't name any of them because people are gonna find a reason to say, well, actually, this person was terrible because insert reason here. So like, I'm not gonna get into it, but like, there have been some pretty good ones out there. But right now, I can't think of a single person. Like, I'm being dead serious. I think most of them are idiots and incompetent to like actually lead. I realize like the irony of a 21-year-old saying that, but like, I feel like I could do a better job. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The only way I can tell is Canada's weird speed limit signs. What's wrong with that? Are you live? I am live. Hello, Dream Gamer. Welcome on in. What's going on here? I just got an email from my website. Huh. Weird. What was wrong with that? Okay, I'll deal with that later. Are you playing a server? I am not. No. I'm on my single-player Forever world. They say maximum? That's interesting. Okay. I wonder if that has to do with something with legalities, or if that's just the way they've always done it, and I don't know. That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this into that, so that we can make another chest. What I'm thinking... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Put it there. And I need... Up. Some of that. Okay. There we go. Okay. And that can be for all of my lovely cobbled deep slate, which I definitely have a lot of. I actually do have a decent amount of. We'll go with that for now, I guess. Boop. Boop. Oh, it's for a cool reason. It's because a lot of Canada also speaks French, and maximum is a word that is the same in French and English, so it makes it easy for both languages to understand. I see. Okay. Love Googling stuff and finding fun info. That is actually really interesting. That makes sense. That makes sense. You'd be better off making something that's easy to understand for the majority in your country, or for as many people in your country. And so what if it's a longer phrasing or whatever? You know, your English speakers can read the French word, and your French word speakers can read the French as well. So it makes more sense to do it that way. That's very interesting. I'm in America right now. Food time, apparently. Chicken, we love to see it. And that's only 7:30. The idea of only being 7:30 and in reference to dinner is wild to me, as somebody who eats dinner at like 5 o'clock. That being said, I don't eat very much regardless, but like, that is just mind-blowing. Oh, it's some fast food or Mexican, that's why it's early. Oh, okay, I see. Fair enough. Appreciate the lurk, thank you, Swiftu. Why so early? I normally eat at 8:30 or 9. I eat at, like, 9:30. That's so interesting. I don't know why we eat so early, other than that's just when my parents make food. We used to eat at, like, 6. That's when I would prefer to eat, honestly. The reason we started eating earlier has a lot to do with just the fact that, when I started streaming, my parents wanted to give me enough of a time break in there, and I started at... Originally, I was starting at 6:30. So, if we ate at 6, I'd only have 30 minutes to eat and get up here and stream. So, they pushed it back to, like, 5:30. And that gave me plenty of time, but then my parents just never tweaked the schedule, and my dad just makes food earlier and earlier. I would be okay with us returning back to the 6 o'clock, though, honestly. I never expected them to change the food scheduling. I was just going to eat after stream if I had to, or I would make something myself for before, and it would be okay. But the whole schedule's been scooted back. But also, I eat lunch at noon, 12 to 1. So, there's like a 4 or 5 hour gap between those already. That's enough to eat. But I don't eat very much at each meal, so I get hungry pretty quick. Like, for example, I ate about 3 hours ago, maybe a little less than that. I'm already starting to get hungry again. But I didn't eat a ton either. Like, I lose interest in eating very quickly. That being said, I did eat, I think the latest I've had an actual official dinner. Let's see, I went back in time. I was on a... I was on a trip, so I went back. So I ate my lunch at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then I went back a couple of hours, and it was 11 p.m. there. So it would have been 12 hours between my lunch and dinner that time. Do you have any job, or making videos on YouTube is your main job? Right now, making videos is my job. Otherwise, I actually probably would be here. I love making videos. I love streaming. That's what I would love to do full time. But it doesn't pay the bills, really. Unfortunately, I've been caught in the unemployment black hole that is consuming many people I know. Getting a job has proven very difficult. But we're actually really close to making it work, surprisingly. A lot of people have doubted it, but we're actually doing okay. You know, I'm scraping by. I saved a lot of money. I never really spent money, so once I finally ended up stuck in here, and it was kind of like, what do I do? It was like, you know, you've got enough to get you by that you could probably do okay. Like, for example, right now I'm doing an odd job for my dad, so I do a lot of data entry. And so that just looks like taking a paper, scanning it in on a printer, cleaning up the file on a Word document, giving him the documents. Right now I'm on the year 2015 out of, I think we got all the way up to 2019, maybe 2020, of paper documents. And he's paying me $150 per year of documents to do. And it only takes me about a month to do each one. So it's like that plus what I make off of content plus the occasional other odd job that I'm able to pick up, I usually scrape by just okay. Otherwise, you know, I've got the emergency fund, like I said, until either I pick up a job. Hopefully, I never really went into why I went to the doctor. But I've had a lot of medical issues with connective tissue, with the muscles, with all the joints, with focus, all those things. Makes it really hard to even work a job when you do finally get one. But hopefully when they get some of that fixed, it opens up what I can apply for as well. I'd like to get to the point where I could stand for more than an hour at a time. We'll get there when we get there, though, you know? Once that happens, you know, it's like, okay, being a barista isn't that bad for my health. I don't have the hazard of, you know, collapsing on the job site. That's pretty good. We'll take it. Although I can't even get a job there. I've applied to, like, Starbucks, Walmart, you know, those types of places. I think I even applied to Subway at one point, like the sandwich place Subway. No luck. So even the places that were supposedly hiring haven't really been good. The copium is, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Everything's aligned in a certain way. I've been taken very good care of. I've been provided for. I just need to make sure that I do my due diligence and I keep doing it, you know? It sounds very reckless, and it is, because I don't recommend anybody do what what I've been doing, because it's, like I said, it's very reckless. It's, I'm young enough where I could actually recover if, like, we made it to the very, very end, and we made a final stand, and I still don't have a job, and I'm at the point where it's McDonald's or just be homeless. Although my parents would never let me go homeless. They would tell me, we'll kick you out, or you're well, they wouldn't kick me out, actually. They would never. But they would say we're done paying your phone bill, which is about as good as kicking somebody out. Although I don't really want a phone. I have it because society tells me I need a phone, but I don't really even want it. Like, I'll be real. The temptation to, like, figure out a better system than this phone is so high. I really don't like scrolling, so I've blocked all of those apps. I only use this to get on Discord when somebody messages me. I don't like scrolling. I don't like... I check my emails, and I check Discord for fun. That's what I do. Anything outside that is something I could probably care less about, truthfully. There's not really any good mobile games that I play. I used to play some Tetris occasionally. But I don't even do that anymore. I should try to monetize my 3D printer a little bit. I do have that. I don't know what I would do yet. I'm kind of debating. I don't know how I could make it worth it is the big one. But I really want to try to 3D print some Minecraft models of some of the things that we've built. And seeing about selling some of that stuff, even like iconic landmarks. Just as like collectibles or something. It could be really interesting, make only a couple a year sort of deal. But I wouldn't want to charge them like crazy expensive prices either, because I've only just now gotten to a point with 3D printing where I feel comfortable with it, but it's not like by any means amazing. And I don't have a great printer either. In fact, the one I have is held together by rubber bands right now. It is, it's a little worse for wear. I used to have it, held on by a zip tie. The zip tie broke. So I now have it held together by 1, 2, 3, 4 rubber bands, I believe. It's very jank, but you know, it's doing something. It is doing something. Lucats, hello, welcome on in. I found you again. Hello, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I can throw that away after stream. That's where I have the bandage from my blood draw. Forgot to throw that away, I guess. I should try to, you know, at this point, the music industry might take me. We have guitars. We have options. We do have options. I could just move to Nashville. We could make a movie out of it, guys. We'll move to Nashville, leaving all I have, and with only a handful of money in my pocket, we're gonna go make some country music dream come true. Why is it country? Because that's the only reason you go to Nashville, even though you don't even... I don't mind country music. I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. You just gotta find the actual... You gotta find the right artists. There's a lot of them that do deserve the hate. But I don't mind. I don't mind some of the newer people even. That being said, my preference on music is Linkin Park. Love me some Linkin Park. The horse is still as thin and hungry as ever. You're putting it on a diet, aren't you? You know, he doesn't really even have much grass around him anymore. Yeah, you know, you gotta make sure that he's thin, you know? He's gotta be ready to ride like the wind, and we gotta just drop any excessive weight. So I don't eat very much, he doesn't eat very much, we ride like the wind. I do gotta figure out... So tonight, I'm gonna try to record the next episode of Forever World. Episode 2 is gonna come, or episode 1 comes out this Saturday. Episode 0 is already out. So I'll have episode 1 Saturday. And I gotta have the next one ready for next Saturday. So I've got about a week to record and edit that. And I'd like to try to get 2 done before Saturday. That way I'm at least 1 week ahead. My January goal is to be 2 weeks ahead on YouTube. So, 2 Forever World videos ahead, plus whatever else I can come up with, ideally. I'd like to have one video in the works at all times, at least. But I'd like actually 2 if I could. So I'm gonna try to work on a deep dive video or something of that nature, maybe. I don't know how we'll do it. We'll figure it out. I owe you guys another video. We hit 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. Mind-blowing. Thank you guys for that. I owe you guys a video for that. I promised somebody a while back something, and I will fulfill that promise. I don't know if they still watch anymore, but because of that, I do want to also I do want to actually give them what they ask for and make something. It'll be completely different from whatever I've done before. I'll say that much. It's very, very different from what I've made before. I might be able to rope in a friend or 2, maybe, as well. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. While fishing, you pick up a pair of magical shoes that create ice. Would you use them right away? Ooh, Frostwalker. That would be pretty fun. Although I don't really love Frostwalker. I do think it's fun. It's a fun enchantment, at least. I would use them at least for a little bit, just to have them. I'd probably take them off after a couple minutes, though. Welcome back, Nikita. Hello, hello. How are you doing? We love Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is, it's good. I don't know what I'd do without Wi-Fi. Although I do have, I'm lucky enough to have unlimited data. It does slow down after a certain point. It's still very usable at that point, but where I live, we don't actually get data here. My house is like a dead zone for the towers. So, when the power goes out, I'm very, very bored. I can't talk to any of my friends. I can't send an email even. I can't look to see what other people are doing. Our TV is connected to the internet now, so you can't watch TV. It's pretty bad not having data or internet. Reg, I've eaten 11 boxes of Nerds today. Do I have a problem? What flavor? What flavor of Nerds? Or is just Nerds in general, like different flavors? Read books. Do I look like a guy that has books? Do I have any books in here, actually? I don't have any books. I don't have books. I know. I have the Bible. It's downloaded to my phone. I could read that. Although I really struggle with reading. I can't focus long enough to do it. So I read it with my eyes, but my brain doesn't, like, think about it, I guess, so it doesn't retain. It's just kind of like it's in one eye, out the other, I guess. You know how people say in one ear, out the other. Is that a thing you can do with eyes? I don't know. I usually just read books digitally, though. If I do read them. But I usually can't read. That's what I was, so I pull up a summary and I read the summary of somebody's book. How are we friends? That's a book. Do it. That is a good point. I could at least do that. I'm so far into my reading right now. I'm in First Chronicles 23? And I've read a couple of the Gospels all the way through as well, in this read-through, because getting through 1st and 2nd Kings and then jumping right into 1st and 2nd Chronicles didn't sound all that appealing. For those of you who don't know, those books are the same, but told from a slightly different angle, basically. So it's like the worst thing ever. You're reading the same exact book twice, almost, but from a different person's perspective. And it just... it's very repetitive very, very quickly. In high school, one year my teacher assigned us to read It by Stephen King, and I hated her. Oh my gosh. That's awful. That is awful. I've heard that the book is a lot better than the movie, and it's even actually somehow more scary than the movie. Which is interesting to me. I've never thought of a book being scary, but you can get a lot more vivid with the descriptions than what most movies are able to produce. It's 1,000 pages long. That's... well, and you got really bad dyslexia, don't you, Coral? Like, I have mild dyslexia, but from my understanding, yours is like... it's pretty bad. Yeah. And I'm sure Stephen King probably, like... well, if it's 1,000 pages long, it's probably also, like, small text, too. So if I remember correctly, I went to... can I say this? I think I can say this. I've been to the, like, a bookstore, near Harvard. I actually went to Harvard, funnily enough. I went in there and they had, like, a whole section of just Stephen King novels. I opened up it, and it was, like, tiny text. Like, I could read it, because I can see close up just fine. I struggle with distance, but close up, I'm good. But it wasn't small text, but it's not what I would consider large text either. Like, that's a lot of words. And for me anyway, the smaller the words, the easier it is to dyslexiaify it. That's why I have you guys actually on a larger font size when I'm reading chat. That way I don't do it as badly. Reg's a techie with ADHD. It should be obvious he doesn't have a book on hand. Yeah, the only books I have are manuals. Like, you guys want to have a manual? I think I have one for my earbuds, like the little JLab earbuds. I've got those. I've got a manual for my SanDisk USB stick. I've got one for the Stream Deck. I think I still have one for this Xbox controller. I wouldn't read it, but I could. I've got one for a Wii. It's somewhere in the closet. You know, one thing I do want to get better about is guitar. When the internet goes out, I would like to practice my guitar a lot more. Oh, we caught a book. I didn't even see that. Efficiency 4, Fire Prot 3. That is amazing. I love that. Hello, Yuma, can I call you G2? Is that okay? Welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce your name. If you want to try to help me, you're more than welcome to. Or if you got a different name you'd like to go by, I can give it a shot. I'm Indian. Ah, nice. That's awesome. We have a lot of people from India pop in. We got a lot of you guys, really. It's always nice seeing just how many people from all across the world can watch. You know, Twitch and YouTube are very very special places in that regard, 'cause it's just everywhere. So did we get bored of the mines, or did you get lucky? I got pretty lucky, but I also got bored. I have 25 diamonds now, so that should be enough to cover. Let's see, we got an axe, a shovel, a hoe, another pick. That puts us at 9 there. We can make a spear. So that would be 10. Yeah, so we'd have a pretty good amount of diamonds still. Please don't spam, dude. And if you're asking for a shout out, I don't do those. Asking for shout outs is like not good etiquette when it comes to YouTube. The best way to grow is to just put in the hard work and people will notice. I promise you. It's a lot more satisfying that way too. I throw mine out, that's fair. I have to keep them because the amount of times that I use my tech until it breaks, and when it breaks, then I try to fix it. So, when it does break, I usually need a reference, at least, if I can. The techie elitist read the can of worms that would be opened. I'm relatively techie with ADHD and have lots of books. Oh boy. Reading books, I just struggle with it. I just can't focus long enough to really enjoy reading. But I do want to try again. I've heard that I want to read the Hunger Games books at some point. I'd like to read Ready Player One. Because I heard the novelization, or the actual novel, is better than the movie. And I would be really interested to see that. But don't spam. Like, that's your last warning. If you spam again, I'm gonna have to time you out. Like, please. Thank you. I wanted to start practicing some guitar to Slipknot and Linkin Park, but had a little accent, so my hand is out of commission on it at the moment. Oof, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully your hand gets better soon. Slipknot and Linkin Park, those are some fun ones. I used to... I can play some Linkin Park, but I only chord, because setting up my electric to actually sound good is a pain in the butt. I don't have a bunch of stuff to set it up and make it sound nice, especially just running it through what do you call it? Trying to run it through the amp. But when I run it through my computer, I can do just fine, because I've got a audio interface that's pretty decent, really. I think it's a pretty good audio interface, really. It's a Focusrite, so it's not like perfect by any means, but it's respectable enough. Most people have one when they have an audio interface just because they're cheap. Can I give you $1,000? That's completely up to you, but I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it. But if that's something you truly and honestly want to do, I cannot tell you what to do with your money. Did you do the fray? It's fun to play. Oh yes, the fray. What's your favorite? What for those of you who play musical instruments of any kind? What's your favorite song to play on it, and what instrument is it? The fray has some good ones though. What trying to remember which one I play sometimes. And all at once the crowd began to sing. What is that one called? Maybe you want, or maybe you need her. Maybe started to compare something. It's not there. What is that one called? Does anyone know? All at once. Is it just All at Once? By the Fray? Possibly? I don't know. Possibly. It's mostly healing a bit swollen as all heckers. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I'm glad that it's healing. It sucks that it's swollen, but that's actually also a good thing that it's swollen. It means it's healing relatively well. You know, the body's doing what it's supposed to do. It just sucks. It really, really sucks. I saw a skeleton horse and was about to catch it when suddenly a lightning bolt struck it and transformed it into 3 skeletons, riding horses, and shooting arrows. Yeah, we love the horsemen. The horsemen are great. That's how I got this one, actually. There's several more wandering around as well. There's quite a lot. Also, I forgot to read your other comment about nerds. My bad, Riff. You said... grape and strawberry. Okay. Good flavors, good flavors. I also, yeah, I kick them back like shots, too. I pop them in my mouth, and I do another, and another, and another. Yeah, I do the whole box, and then, I don't, there's some sort of nerve issue within my jaw, because it makes my whole jaw tingle when I have all the nerds in there. It just feels kind of funny when I crunch down on them. 100 by the phrase, nice on acoustic. I'm gonna add that to my list, and I'll try it at some point. I won't be able to do it tonight because my brother will be asleep. Otherwise, totally would do it. I also like to play Iris. Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. I play that one on my acoustic a lot. Ray. No. Alright. It's not playing any music. That's what I just realized. There we go. Did I miss something? Just want to make sure I read everything. Can I give you $1,000? That's up to you, man. I can't tell you what to do with your money. If you want to, you're more than welcome to. But I will not ever encourage you to do that. That's a decision of your own making. If you want to, you can give it, you know, the channels are usually through YouTube or through my website. If you do, I think !tip, it gives you the information there, but I don't recommend personally that somebody give me their money. That's just my recommendation to you. You do what you want to do. Fair enough. Truly a neurodivergent experience with nerds, which I can relate to heavily. Yeah. I've been I've been called some interesting all my life I'd never been nobody has ever referred to me as possibly on the spectrum. And I was explaining something to my friend, and he was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, no, it makes plenty of sense. Apparently it's like a common enough like thing that the way I was understanding something was right, but the way I was explaining it to him was not like something that most normal people understand it that way. And he's like, are you like on the spectrum and you just like you didn't tell me? I'm like, no. It's like that was like the exact way I would have expected somebody that is neurodivergent to explain that to me. I'm like, well, I might have ADHD, and they're like, well, I meant like a different kind of neurodivergency, and I'm like, oh, you're calling me autistic, and they're like, well, I wasn't calling you that as an insult. I'm like, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Don't worry. A fluffy doll in the blue dress behind you looks so familiar. The blue dress. Hang on. You mean Steve? This guy? He's pretty familiar. He's my best friend at this point. And he's on the floor now. Well, he's my only friend at this point. He's pretty chill. Pretty chill. I think that's Jack Black. I don't know, man. It could be Jack Black. It could be Jack Black. Water Ghost, welcome on in. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Time travel. Whoa. I mean, it's common to be a mix of both. That's true. That is very, very true. Something I've noticed with, like, a lot of the conditions that I may have, I'm hesitant to ever say that I do have them, but for example, like, pot and ADHD, they cross over a surprising amount of time. Almost so much so that if you have POTS, it's like, you should probably just consider the fact that you may have ADHD, and maybe consider talking to a specialist just to see. If it's not bothering you, then, like, you don't need to know. But, like, if you've always been like, man, I'm not as productive as other people, it may be worth checking out if you have POTS, because you may possibly have it. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I've also looked into, I've looked into a lot of this, and I've done some research, and I think it was up to, like, in one survey that they did, so, you know, it could be skewed in any which way, but I believe in one survey they did, like, I think 70% of POT patients tested positive for, ADHD, or tested positive, is that the correct term there? They showed symptoms. Symptoms? I don't know what the correct term is there for that. I don't know. Yes, this is correct terminology. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I think tested positive works fine. Okay. I don't want it to sound like it's a illness in the sense of, like, it could be like it's. I mean, it isn't. It's just the way your brain works. I don't know. I don't know. It's outside of normal, so I guess you would test positive for it. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. I am way overthinking it. It was Mexican W. Mexican's good. He slipped and fell into the ravine after your throw. I hope he'll get revived when he gets in bed. Yeah. You know, I thought about, when I first got my bed, I needed to go buy bedding and all that. I really thought about heavily going Minecraft themed. And I was gonna get, like, a red bed comforter and a white bed sheet. But my bed is the first one that gets, borrowed when visitors come over if, the guest room is taken. And white sheets, white sheets are great if it's just you in the bed. But once other people use it, if they eat, if they drink, if they pee, which I'm not saying other people will pee in my bed, but it's just something I'm paranoid about. it will show. I can't stand having the idea of having somebody else sleep in my bed if I have white sheets. So I got gray sheets and a white comforter because my parents were like, yeah, we already have this comforter if you want. I'm like, yeah, free is good. Free is good. Do you want people to pee in it? I don't want people to pee in it, but if they do pee in my bed, I don't want to know. I do the laundry regardless, but I don't want there to be like a big pee stain in the middle of my sheets. Then I will know that they did it. If there is no pee stain, then like no harm, no foul. I don't know that they peed. I did the laundry. We're good. We're fine. Why is this something that we're talking about? Somebody else wetting my bed. What a life to live. I just remembered Slayer music is another band I want to learn guitar for. Ooh, that's something fun. I like just learning a little bit of everything. Sorry, I'm dead, bruh. Bruh. I know a little bit of everything, though. I'm trying to think... When was the last time we did a music stream? I don't know. It's been a long time. We could probably make something happen. I don't know. I wanted to do it for the 12-hour stream. And we still might. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to do a 12-hour stream is the problem. I've been really struggling to find a good time frame to do it. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't want to cancel that. I'm on YouTube while ads pass. Thoughts on learning Slayer songs out? I think you should do it, dude. That would be sick. That would be a flex. The truth of the matter is, if you could play anything, most people are usually pretty impressed. Especially if they can tell what it is. So it just depends on if you're trying to show off to anybody and who you're trying to show off to. Like, I remember, this one time, I went out with some friends. We went to, my friend's house, and she had a guitar in her basement. None of them knew how to play the guitar. None of her family knew. But they just had this random guitar in the basement. And, I was like, you know, I could play it. And so I tuned it by ear. Somehow, by some act of God, I managed to get it tuned by ear. I'm not pitch perfect by any means, but I got the E note as close as I could comfortably without feeling like I was going to snap a string, and then I just tuned everything relative to that. You guys didn't need that, but I did it. And I knew one of the girls' favorite songs was, or amongst their favorites was Hey There Delilah by Plain White Tees. I was like, oh, this is easy. I can play this. I played it, and we had a great jam session in there. That was before I knew how to sing, bless their hearts. She did sing, though, and she could sing very well. So I played, she sang. It was a great time. Calico, hey, how's it going, dude? It's good to see you. A long time no see. How's it going? Slayer's essentially the Slipknot of metal during that era. I have only recently heard their albums. Okay. So they definitely would have some songs that are notable then, or that people would have at least heard of riff or two of. You should do it then. Do it. Yes, I am, here, going pretty good, getting ready to set up a new vanilla server tomorrow. Ooh, okay. Sounds like fun. You can't beat some vanilla Minecraft, man. I started a whole world just to myself to play some vanilla. Remember when I tried to build that massive hole I finally finished? You finished the hole? Oh, that is awesome. I do remember that. I do remember that. That is insane. Okay. 111 by 111. Oh, wow. That is big. Stay. Trying to think. That's bigger than the hole I've made. The biggest hole I've ever made was 100 by 100. And I had some friends to help me dig that one. I never could have done that alone. 100 by 11, 100 by 11 though. That is insane. Absolutely insane. I told myself I wouldn't set up another Minecraft server until I finished that hole, so I finished it. Well, good on you for keeping that promise to yourself. The dedication is insane. Digging and building big projects on that scale, very hard. Very, very hard. Yo, bro, mining done. I got, I think, 26 diamonds in my house now, so we're just fishing until the end of stream, which isn't too much longer from now. Yeah, I didn't dig it alone. Hired some goons, some friends to help me dig. That's fair. Definitely respect it. Like I said, I roped some friends into it. Like, they, some of them, I conned them, honestly. They didn't know that I had an iron farm. And none of them knew how to build one because it was back when the villager mechanics had just changed. So, like, they were still used to the doors method, and that was a really annoying thing. So I had built a brand new villager iron farm. And I supplied them with a bunch of iron pickaxes, and I was like, all right, boys, dig. Go get your, go get your diamonds. I'll let you keep whatever you want. Little did they know that's where I was building a big basement for my castle. I asked them for the stone. They could keep everything else. It was a good time. It was a really good time. We dug that hole over the course of like 3 months. Eventually I got him up to diamonds and supplied him with some nice books and beacons. It was a good time though. It was a very good time. You're a con artist? At times. I can be. I was instantly hooked to their music. The best way to put it is a more hardcore Metallica. Granted, I haven't listened to much Metallica, so this could be very incorrect. Okay. I do know Metallica. Metallica nowadays would honestly be considered, like, soft metal, in my opinion. Most of their stuff isn't very hard. But at the time, like, they were absolutely, like, they were the metal. Although you play, like, Enter Sandman, you'd probably classify that as, you know, decently heavy, but it's not Screamo, at least. I struggle with Screamo. That being said, I love Linkin Park, so, you know, maybe, I don't know what I hate about Screamo, or I just don't like about it. I feel like Linkin Park is a lot more, it's not Screamo in the way that metal is, in my opinion. Rose, thank you for the hydrate and water ghost. Thank you for the candy. I'll grab that here in a second. Done now. I don't need sleep. Actually, there's an occasion today in India called... I have no clue what that is, but I'll Google that after stream. It's very interesting, though. Special occasions, we love to see it. I hope you have a good day today. If you need to take a nap, dude, though, please do. I have like 8.5 chests worth of full shulker boxes of resources from the hole. I bet. Actually insane. Actually insane. I would still consider them true metal by definition, though, regardless of if it's harder or not. That is fair. That is absolutely fair. Krishna, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hi. Okay, hold up. If we're talking about metal, my favorite band, Pendulum, has been getting into the metal genre of late. They're mostly known for their drum and bass. Okay. I didn't know Pendulum still was doing stuff. I remember you showing me them. Oh boy. Tiny SMP era. So like, ooh, 4 years ago, maybe. I think is when you showed me them. Which was they had some pretty good stuff there. You smell like toes, and I probably taste like them too. Good morning, Jax. Hello, hi. Is it new stream? I can on another. I think, huh? I'm sorry, I didn't understand. King, do you think the moon landing was real? I could see why some people would say it's faked, but I have not seen enough evidence to convince me that it is fake. So currently I would say it's real. I'm from India? Nice. We have a lot of people from India today. It's always good to see you guys. Sure, I will take a nap at evening around 3 p.m. if I take a nap. I will die by my mom. That is so fair. My mom would kill me if I took a nap. Like, well, the thing is I wake up around 2 or 3 p.m. because I usually stay up late. But that's a whole other issue. I gotta go to bed. I got school in the morning, and I am also in pain and being forced to go to school sick. I hope you feel better soon, Rose. Appreciate the lurk. Get some rest, and hopefully you feel much better tomorrow. I've been doing a bunch of collab songs as of late, and they're all metal. That's really cool. I'll have to pull them up sometime soon and catch up. Want to test that for us? I don't know. I don't know if I want to test how I taste, personally. King is McDonald's a conspiracy theory? Yes. Yes, it is. Actually, I think McDonald's is okay. I don't despise it. But I feel like there's a slight conspiracy there, with the ice cream machines more specifically. I think there's some sort of conspiracy to control the flow of happiness within America. And so they coordinate the ice cream machines to go down at certain times. Just to control the flow of happiness. It's also varied by region, too. Bro, no one is in stream. Who are you talking with? So I've got multiple stream chats. So I've got 2 YouTube streams, and I've also got a Twitch stream. So if you hear me talking to ghosts, it's probably Twitch. Are you from which country? I'm from the United States of America. I'm on the east side. Kind of near New York. I mean, did you start the stream now? I can on the mining, you know? Yes, this stream has been going since the mining. So I've been live for 1 hour and 58 minutes. Have you listened to Sode before? I don't believe so. Maybe I have. I gotta watch some Rels. Okay. Nice. Sounds good. Have a good rest of your day, dude. Appreciate you being here. Also, Rose, here's your candy from earlier if you're still lurking. McDonald's is fake. What is that place? Mm-hmm. Fake. Yeah. Gus actually doesn't have any points to any place. I haven't been all year. I am really proud of you, Gus. That is actually insane for you. Like, that is really insane. It's been 3 weeks. I know that is wild. Because I know you used to go like a decent amount. Your McDonald's run was kind of like a meme. But it was accurate. I'm really proud of you, dude. That is awesome. A completely different subject. I remember to check in here because I saw Athema from the Cluttercraft days announcing she's on District Civilization staff team and saw you're also on there. Yes. Athema, and I've worked with her a couple of times since Cluttercraft. I actually admined for her viewer joinable server for a while. And then once that went offline, we didn't really talk a ton, but I joined Twitch SMP, and she was on that, and we hung out there a couple of times. And then she happened to send me a message, and she was like, hey, do you want to help mod for this event I'm running? And boom, District Civilization right there. And I have a lot of insider details that I'm not allowed to talk about for the event, but I am modding for a Civilization event, I guess tomorrow. Tomorrow for a whole week. It'll be fun. Rush hour specifically. Exactly, Coral, you get it. It's all about trying to drive the population down by making them sad. He's actually delusional, and King has his schizophrenia. I was walking around last night, without my glasses. It was very late, but I was getting ready to go to bed. I just needed to go grab some water. So I took off my glasses. I can't see at all without my glasses. Like, it's really, really bad. Well, it's also dark. So I look outside. There's a signpost out in a parking lot that I can sort of see from my house. And it looked like it was moving. And I was, like, so freaked out by it at first. I was like, it's just a signpost. I know it is. Oh, my goodness. Devil Gaming, thank you so much for the super chat. The 40 Indian rupees. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're amazing, dude. A lot of support to you, bro. By the way, this is my first super chat. Well, thank you for making me your first. That's very kind of you. You seen the Vietnamese gamer win the Minecraft building challenge on MrBeast Gaming? That place is really beautiful. I'll have to check it out. That sounds awesome, though. I have almost been in a couple of MrBeast Gaming videos. I was actually going to be in a Carl Jacobs video this last week, but I accidentally overslept, and I missed my window to get on. Oh, and I also saw a pile of snow and thought that was like some sort of creature. It was kind of funny. Sorry, bro, it's the most I can do. I know it's around. No, you're good, dude. You're fine. Like, you are actually insane. Anyone who gives me any amount of money, like, you're giving me a lot more than what you know. You know, it may be money, and it may not be a lot to you, but it's a lot to me, because you're not just giving me money. You're giving me extra motivation. You're telling me, hey, for what it's worth, I think it's what you're doing is pretty cool, and like that means more to me than anything. Like, your words, your time is worth more than your money. Like, I appreciate the money. Like I said, like that is amazing. Thank you so much, but don't apologize because you couldn't give more, because I'm just glad that you're here, honestly. I would recommend listening to System of a Down. Good band. It would be interesting how you, in particular, enjoy them. I have heard, like, I definitely wouldn't like, but there are some that I probably would as well. That's kind of the interesting thing. There are definitely some songs by some bands that I would love that I probably would hate most of their other stuff. That being said, though, there was a day and time where I probably wouldn't have liked Linkin Park, and now that's probably the primary band I would listen to. It's been 3 weeks I had to bust a meme, now I'm just fat from depression. Oh no. It's okay, Gus, I believe in you. I believe in you. Anyway, I gotta head out now. My boyfriend needs attention. Good seeing you again. Take care. Alrighty, sounds good, Calico. Appreciate you being here. It was good seeing you. And we'll catch you again another time. Give King money, he'll act like he loves you and then abandon you in your darkest moments, so give him more. Exactly! If you don't give me money, then I can't... YouTube will be okay, I think. I would put you in my basement, like... And you could, I'll hold you for ransom until your family pays up. Welcome to Vietnam. Vietnam sounds like a pretty cool place. I've heard that there's, like, a lot of cool, like, views there. That's kind of like one of the really fun parts for me for travel, is I love the view. I've not, I've not really realized just how much I love going and seeing views across the world until, like, last year. I just... breath was taken away when I saw this very particular view. I was like, man, I now understand why people go sightseeing. Here's your dab, Nathan. Appreciate it. Do you mind if I send you a DM in Discord? Have something interesting to show you. It has to do with guitar. You can try. I think I have DMs turned off though. But you're definitely welcome to try. If it lets you, then, like, by all means, go for it. King, I hardly have a will to live, and that's okay. You know, you're trying, and I'm proud of you for it. And if for nothing else, you always have Hightail, right? I saw it today, actually. Jeb played Hightail, and he said that it was actually pretty interesting. Like, I didn't expect Jeb to ever say that he had played. But I did expect that he probably did play, or was going to play at some point, but he openly said it, like, yeah, I played. I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's really cool seeing also how active online. Like, I think anybody has a right to an opinion on this one, but I don't even play Hightail. I probably will at some point. Especially once it's a little more a little closer to, like, release. Or full release, I guess. King stream died. Yeah, it did. I'm just gonna finish this thought before I try to fix it, because I'll be derailed otherwise. I don't know why it does that. What was I saying? Right. It's hype. The problem is I feel like the hype is not gonna live up to my expectations, and I want to quell that now before before it just ruins the game for me. Because I've bought games on hype, and then I've been very disappointed. And I don't want to ruin that for myself. I want to walk in and just enjoy the game because it's enjoyable, not because I don't want to get it and then be disappointed that it doesn't feel the way I want it to feel, or, you know, any of that. I sent DM, not sure if it went through. Also, I hate that people are hating on Hightail for being a clone. Legit, it's another game. It's like hating on a roguelike or a roguelike for games. Absolutely. Yeah. I 100% agree with you, dude. The movement is so nice, it makes Minecraft feel janky. I literally can't stop playing. It's super enjoyable. If I could gift it, I would. I appreciate the thought. It's just, like, genuinely, I don't want to touch it until I don't feel as hyped about it. Because I want the hype to be my own. And I don't want the hype to not live up to my expectation. That's like, I'm just trying to be very careful of it, that's all. Because you only get one first impression. And I don't want that to, I don't want my first impression to be like, man, I wish it actually felt the way I wanted it to feel, you know? Like, that's my big thing. Now, I will say, I respect the heck out of the team. Simon Hightail, that guy, absolutely crazy. It's still not coming back. Why is it back? Alright. Twitch, are we back? We back, Twitch? I'm sorry about that. I know it sucks. Blame Twitch on that one. YouTube was just fine. Twitch, they were not, and it's cooking my why is it cooking my encoder? What the heck? Come on, Twitch. It's not that complicated. Enjoying the game in your own time is always the best, not being pressured into it. Once you feel the game, the hype will fill you. I will say, Hytale and Minecraft are not the same game. And I don't think it should... Well, I don't think it's ever actually 1920s Charlie Chaplin style. Insane. Thank you for the stream streak, Water Ghost. Appreciate it. I'm gonna just snooze the ads. We've been live for a little while. I'll snooze them for about 10 minutes, or 15. If I can. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. There we go. There we go. You guys can submit your taxes again if you want. Like, cheat the system a little bit. Enjoying the game. Holy encoder that is fried. It is just struggling. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know if it's like really laggy for you guys or not, but it's saying that it is. And I apologize. Devil Gaming, hello. Oh, a lot of people, this is my problem with just the internet in general right now. You know, you've got Minecraft fanboys bashing on Hytale, and then you got, I don't want to call them Hytale fanboys, because I think they're just excited about Hytale right now. There's not a chance to just become a straight-up fanboy of it yet, I feel like. Give it about a month, and then I would start maybe calling them that. Bashing on Minecraft. They're not the same game. And I don't think they're trying to be the same game. It's laggy. How laggy are we talking? Like, advanced video stats. I'm getting about a 5-second buffer there. 5-second delay compared to YouTube. YouTube just has a great delay, honestly. I find that... Oh, there it goes. Okay. Not laggy with the quality on 360p for me. Okay, I see. Just delayed. Unfortunately, that's just the way Twitch is. Now, why in the world is it still having trouble with the encoder? I don't know. It really shouldn't. I'm gonna do something. Give me like 1 second, YouTube. Come on. I see. Alright, everybody, give me just 1 second. Yep. Okay, let's try that, chat. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it's better. Okay. We're back. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully that's better. OBS does that whenever. So the problem is when Twitch doesn't auto reconnect because it just doesn't listen for the Okay, so sometimes my bitrate drops to 0. This is due to a fault on the ISP side. I can't fix it. They refuse to. Twitch doesn't know how to listen for me to start sending the signal again. So YouTube still gets it just fine. But Twitch won't do it unless you restart the encoder. The problem is it will only restart the encoder if you tell it to. But it doesn't ever stop trying to re-encode the old signal. So it double powers it and it just runs like crap. So this should fix it a little bit, at least for now. Unfortunately, you guys will have ads in about 30 seconds. I apologize. There we go. I forget what I was talking about. My bad, guys. We're not gonna be live a ton longer. I technically could have ended stream there, but I wanted to finish that thought. Now I forgot it. Hightail rant, right? I just have different goals. Is my thing. I think Minecraft leans a lot more into creativity on a player level. And I feel like Hightail leans more into creativity on a modder level. Minecraft doesn't lean into adventure as much. It leans into, like I said, creativity at the player level. That's the core game loop that Minecraft has. It's all purely about, you know, doing your own creative tasks. I think Minecraft has finally identified that as their target audience, sort of, because of the fact, like, you can add a new weapon, you can add a new tier of armor, but at the end of the day, once you do everything that you wanted to do, are you going to keep playing? My brother, he was talking to me, and he's like, you know, honestly, Minecraft just isn't for me, and I'm like, that's completely fair. He's like, after I get netherite, after I fight the ender dragon, what's the point? I don't like to build, so why would I keep playing? And I'm like, you're absolutely on it, bud. You could get every item, but what makes you want to play? For me, I can play forever because I have infinite builds I can build. Hytale's benefit is that the core game loop isn't built around building, at least from my perspective. It's got a heavy game loop around exploration. It's built around dungeons and, you know, upgrading, you know, getting progressively better. A lot of the things that people love about Hytale could never be brought to Minecraft because it would actively go against the core game loop of what Minecraft is, in my opinion. Or they'll compare art styles. For example, one person I saw online tried to compare the Ender Dragon to the dinosaurs that they just added to Hytale. I'm really sorry about the flashing camera, guys. I'm just gonna close it for a couple of seconds. That usually fixes it. Nice mode, bro. Hello, welcome on in, Ahmed. Hope you're doing well. Okay, it's still flashing. That's not great. Come on. Please stop. There we go. It's still doing it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Sometimes it's very inconsistent. That's the thing. I don't know what to do yet. I'll figure it out at some point. Hytale is more like vintage story creativity from what little I've seen. I don't know how to explain the building system there. Like, it's very good. It's not my personal preference. But I could see why it's enjoyable. I definitely could see why it's enjoyable. It's kind of just one of those things, though, for me and what I do in Minecraft. Hightail doesn't really scratch the same itch. Ooh, hello. That has mending. We have a really good fishing rod here. If I'm gonna build, you know, my preference would be still to build a Minecraft, but, I don't have an issue with somebody saying they prefer Hightail. I think it's perfectly fair for you to enjoy Hightail. I actually want you to enjoy it. You know, ultimately, for me, though, just from the bits I've seen, it doesn't look quite my style, and maybe it will become it. I don't know. Who knows? But I love their adventure system. I think that's great. I think it looks like a really fun adventure-based game. It kind of reminds me of Valheim a little bit, in some regards. You know, I really do think it's got a lot of potential, but I don't think people should compare it to Minecraft. It's not the same game. It's got a different goal to it. At least the way that I see it being most enjoyable. It's more in the sense of learning a versatility and learning new things outside of modding. I don't think you can have a preference on the building without even trying it, King. I mean, I've watched a really talented builder play it. Like, we could definitely say I don't have a valid opinion, I guess. But I'm not insulting the game. I'm just saying it doesn't look like it's quite the way I would prefer it. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I still think there's a lot of great things Hightail has. I just don't think the building looks quite as enjoyable as Minecraft is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just a question, is there any way I can join? No, this is a single-player survival world. If you're looking for a multiplayer world to join, I'd encourage you to look up, like, King Alfie or Kitrix Live. Both of them have great viewer-joinable servers. What are you going to do? I'm going to fish. A lot. There's a lot more you can learn in Hightail than Minecraft. I don't watch much. This is a very little known perspective, but for the things I feel like it feels less limited in learning versatility. Very little to go off there. I don't know what you guys are talking about there. I would say, like, realism in learning and, like, that kind of thing, Hightail probably does a lot better of a job on that. I will say, Hightail has the advantage, if we're gonna, like, actually straight up just try to compare Minecraft to Hightail and Hightail to Minecraft. Hightail would 100% have an advantage, and we need to recognize that. Hightail was built with an intent of it actually being a game. Minecraft was not. People forget this, but Minecraft was made just as, like, a little experiment, and then it was slowly built into a game from there. Over the course of, like, how many years now? 16 years, I think? Like, it's been going for a long time. Maybe 17 years, I don't know. Hightail has the advantage of it is being made as a game from the start. So when you know what your ultimate goal is, you can design everything with that purpose from the get-go, and people not get mad at you later when you're trying to fix things. The problem Minecraft has is if they tried to take a year to fix all of the underlying issues to make it run smoothly, to make it actually function like a game and have a core gameplay loop that isn't based around your own creativity with building, it would probably take longer than a year, realistically. And people would throw a fit because they want new updates all the time, and they're still mad that they don't have an end update. Which, to each their own. You can argue all you want about an end update. I'm not here to debate that one right now. But I think, to Hytale's credit, it's at least being designed from the get-go with the right ideas in mind. Minecraft, it doesn't have that luxury right now to rebuild into that. Hello, Mount Gamer. Welcome on in. I see you. You don't gotta worry about it. I see you. They understand the genre and goals. Hytale was built because of the limitations of Minecraft. It was a group of Minecraft plugin makers and modders that got fed up of crap. I mean, that's the thing. If Minecraft were designed from the get-go with modding and plugins, you know, it wouldn't break every update. The modding API right now is a joke because they've invested so much time into data packs, which are powerful. Let me just say it. They are very powerful, but they're not the modding API that we were wanting. And they still break often. Hytale, I feel like they at least, because they're building from the ground up with modding in mind, like you said, they have that advantage, absolutely, for modders. That's great. That being said, for me, I don't love modding the game usually. I respect it if that's a thing that you guys like. No judgment here. I don't mod Minecraft, though, usually. Like, outside of the vanilla plus mods that I have, before somebody says, you're using mods right now, this is a mod, yes. This is definitely a mod. But, this is also, like, a vanilla side client mod. These are really easy to make, like, and really easy to upkeep. So, I'm not using, like, anything that adds a creature to the game or anything like that. When we talk about modding, we usually talk about that scale of things. It's like Greg said, it's a preference thing for me. There are things in Minecraft that make me want to not stop learning because of the way it is compared to Hytale. Modding is like a top tier priority. You can already cross-play Hytale on both Minecraft. Yes, I did see that, which is absolutely insane. Not very much fair to say that without trying the game. Watching a game is very different from playing the game. The feel of Hytale is something that can't be described. I mean, I think you're completely right to say that. I don't know if I necessarily agree. Because I can say, you know, I watch Minecraft, and I watched Minecraft before I actually really played it, and in my opinion, the feel can definitely be viewed, and I've done that for different games as well. Now, there are some games that look better than they actually feel, but usually I find it looks better in just watching it than it does ever just playing-wise. But, you can view aspects of things. There's nothing that replaces playing something, King. Nothing. Yes, but I feel like this isn't getting very productive. So here, I'll say this. The movement in Hytale doesn't always look great. I've seen from my recordings, but it feels different. I mean, you're definitely okay to say that. My point, though, is the building, like, I just don't really love that. That's all I'm saying. Like, I haven't tried it, absolutely. But from what I've seen from the people who play the same as me, we've felt that way. King Elfie, great example. He plays pretty much just like me, builds the same stuff, same styles. Really good builder. He's not like a huge fan of the building. Now, he likes it enough to keep playing it. He actually prefers the adventure of it. That's what I'm saying. I can respect parts of the game, but as people who I've witnessed that play the same way as I do on Minecraft, we just don't really love how the building is yet. And that's okay. It's still very early into development, and maybe they'll fix that if it's broken. It may not be broken, it's exactly intended, and that's okay too. I don't have to love Hytale. I'm glad that everybody else does. I'm just not gonna buy in on it yet until I know I'm not gonna be like... Because, like, I am hyped for it. Let me be clear about that. But I don't want to, like, invest a whole bunch of time and energy into, like, starting something with it if it's gonna, like, if I start it and then, like, 2 to 5 hours in, I'm like, okay, let's build a base. And then I'm like, this really killed it for me, you know? Gus, I love you, dude, but I can. I definitely can. I appreciate it, but I've seen it. I've seen other people who play exactly the same as me, and they've said the same thing. And it's okay that you disagree with me. I'm just saying, I've said all I can to explain my point of view. You said, I think, what you want to say about your point of view. We can disagree and still be just fine. I don't agree that I can't have an opinion on the feel of the game. You have to understand the feeling. I've like I said, King Alfie plays the same exact way as me, and we largely agree on it. I've watched him play, and, you know, he still loves the like I said, he still likes parts of the game. I think I would love the adventure side of it. I want to wait until that's, like, a little more fleshed out, and then I'm going to try it. Like, I'm not trashing the game. Can't have an opinion on something you haven't felt. I'm sorry, I'll just not give opinions on marriage anymore. Since I've never felt the emotion known as love, I will never give you guys another opinion about love. Since I don't know anything. I'm gonna go to sleep. Goodbye. See ya, Coral. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Get some rest. Please read. I can see your chats. You gotta be patient. T-Tree, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Not bothering with Hytale's graphics seem a bit off. That's fair. You're stating feelings like you have experienced them. I've made it perfectly clear that I have not played Hytale, but I am saying my personal opinions on what I've witnessed and what people have told me as people who also play like me. I can definitely have an opinion on it, though. Like, you know, that's just how it goes. Those people aren't you. You're right, they aren't, but we have similarities. I don't know why it's not okay for me to not really, like the building. I'm like being interrogated here, man. I just don't really care for that, and that's okay. You're bashing. I'm not bashing it. I've just said it's not my preference. Like, it's obviously some people's, but it's not mine, and that's okay. Like, it's okay for me to not like it. That's okay. tired of people saying crap about Hytale without actually touching it. That's completely fair, and I get that. I've praised Hytale a lot in this conversation, though. Like, I'm not just outright bashing it. I actually love the concept. I'm just saying, like, it's okay for me to not like parts of it, too. I'm not gonna glaze it without touching it either. Like, that would be ridiculous. It's one thing to play a game and not like it. It's a whole other thing to not like something without trying it. I mean, yes, but, like, I've actively participated in watching somebody who is playing just like me. He's got no bias against it. Like I said, he's liked parts of it. It's, like, perfectly okay to not like parts. It's fine. Like, I don't think what I say is going to hurt people's opinion on Hytale because, like I said, I've been very open about it. I've not actually played it. That's just my personal read on the aspects of the game that I do like. He has actually played it. You haven't. You are different. Okay. But we build, like, the same style, okay? We play Minecraft the same. We'd be approaching Hytale largely the same. Like, I see what you're saying. We are different, but our experience is probably going to be very similar. I'm just waiting so that I can enjoy Hytale at a point that I will really, truly enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. I too am not the largest fan of the building, however the combat and graphics are definitely nice. I do think I will still be spending more time on Minecraft overall. And that's fine. I don't think people should convert from one or the other. I think they should play both. Minecraft isn't Hytale, and Hytale isn't Minecraft. Like, that's what I'm saying. Hytale is just Minecraft. It's not. They're trying two completely different goals. I mean, you guys can look it up on Twitter. Simon Hytale, or Hypixel. That guy, check out his tweets. He's talked about it. He has talked about it extensively. Specifically, go check out his tweet about Jeb playing the game. Like, I'm not gonna sit over here and, like, bash one or the other. I think it's ridiculous of people to bash Minecraft for it not being Hytale. Because, like I said, they're not the same game. I still will respect you and your opinion. I don't know if I'll necessarily agree with it, but that's just my opinion. Allie Blooms, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Let me get, you already got a shout out. I forgot I have auto shout outs. Let me follow you though. Hello, hello, how's it going? What were you guys up to? I hope your stream is going well. It is, it definitely is. We are just fishing, talking about Hytale and, Minecraft, and, we were mining earlier. Just trying to catch some ending books, though. Ignore our very friendly and nice conversation. My stream went well. I was on a content creator recipe. Ooh, nice. We love that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, if you need to hop out, raid and run, do any of the post-stream things, please feel free to. That goes for you as well, raiders. Take care of yourselves. Been a busy time of the year for a lot of us, so hello there. You know, take care of yourselves. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, Allie. But if you guys want to hang around, that's a-okay too. We're playing on my Minecraft Forever world. This is well, I guess I should. I gotta do the math in my head. This is the 7th? No, that's a little high. 4th or 5th stream on this server, world, and I've got videos out on YouTube as well if you guys want to watch those, but I'm not gonna like jam that down your throat. That's there if you guys want it though. But I appreciate the raid so much. Thank you for the alert. Go get some food. Appreciate you being here, Allie. We'll catch you another time. Alright, let's catch up on this. Because I think somebody took something I said a little hard. Hightail is just Minecraft. Minecraft is better than Hightail. I disagree with both of you. I merely stated from what I know at this current moment what I like of one over the other. I'm on the side that Hightail is a great game and shouldn't be bashed on. Reg has praised Hightail in many ways. Can a man not have a personal preference based on evidence provided from other people? You're telling me a sandbox game made of blocks with caves, structures, and mobs isn't like Minecraft? It's like Minecraft, but it's not Minecraft. It's achieving a different goal. It's the same, like, yes, it is within the same genre. It is a sandbox game. Yes, it is the same art style in the fact that it's cuboid. And yes, it's the same in the sense that the world gen is similar, with caves, structures, and mobs. But the gameplay loop itself is different. You know, it's just built around a different end goal, is what I feel like. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. You can't give an honest preference to something without actually trying it. I mean, like, if I know I don't like onions, and this guy says it's got a really oniony flavor, then why would I eat something that has a really oniony flavor? Just to use your pizza is better than ramen analogy. I actually like onions, by the way. Not raw, but I don't think anybody really loves raw onions. Ignore our very friendly and nice conversation. Nothing replaces playing a game. That's true. Nothing replaces playing a game, but I don't want to sour my experience. That should actually be very highly respectful of Hightail, in fact. I don't want to sour my experience when I feel like it's a little premature of a system. Let them polish it so that I enjoy it more. So when I first touch it, it'll be more enjoyable. Like, I'm just trying to preserve it so that I enjoy it the best I can. Like, again, I've praised it a lot. I'm not bashing on it. You could say I prefer pizza, but it's very biased if you haven't even given the other a shot. Blindly trusting one is better. Just because you like a lot of the same foods as someone else doesn't mean you are the exact same. Yeah, but if I'm not going this road. You're giving me a headache, dude. I appreciate you. I really do. But I feel like this is a little personal, and I don't know what I did to offend it, other than just not liking what you like. And I don't think that is a problem for pizza over dog poop, but I guess I can't have that opinion since I never ate dog poop, can I? I guess not. I personally love Paper Mario TTYD. I know a lot of people don't, even though we share a lot of other enjoyed games. So that's completely fair, but when we're talking similar systems, you know, building to building, not just, you know, genre to genre or, you know, things of that nature. Like, I love building in Minecraft. That's my primary thing. There's nothing wrong with me saying, you know, Alfie didn't really like this. I probably won't touch it until it's a little more polished. And that's okay. I'll state my preferences. I have played both for you. I agree with Reg that the building experience is not preferable to Minecraft's building experience. I have played both too. If we were talking creative, I prefer Hightail all day. Put mustard on it and take away the onion flavor. Ugh. Mustard is gross, dude. Mustard is gross. I don't know why anyone eats mustard. However, the combat experience and the adventure side of the aspect is nice. I completely agree with that. As somebody who's only watched it, just to clarify again, because apparently, like, if I haven't played it, I can't I gotta clarify that again. I 100% agree. Like, the adventure side is amazing. Minecraft doesn't even come close on that. Like, it is just built for better adventure, and I respect the heck out of Hytale for it, like, genuinely. But just from what I've seen of the building, I'm not a huge fan, and I think that's okay. Let's put the books over there. And we'll put this in there. Okay. Now we've got this fishing rod. Like, dude, it is so good. I'm so sad. The combat experience. I know plenty of like raw onions. That's crazy to do. I love raw onions. Hit or miss for me, that's fair. Hytale's building is so much more freeing to me, and the built-in tools like Axiom World Edit, which are I need to properly build. That's fair. That's completely fair. I'm just saying try the game before you talk in depth about the field experience, folks. I don't know. I mean, you're perfectly okay to have that opinion. I'm not gonna tell you what to think, man. Like, I'm not trying to tell you how to think. I just appreciate if you also let me independently think. That's all I'm saying. You put a better fishing rod in the barrel? I did. Mending. Luck of the Sea 2 mending. I'm breaking 3. This has Luck of the Sea 3. Like, yes, this one does have Unbreaking 3, but mending makes it okay. We're good. This one's actually just a little bit better. Snuggy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Retrospect genuinely feels like an argument started by only someone's hobby. Fair enough. Hytale feels closer to terrarium than Minecraft. I would probably agree with that. Right, then you can opinion. I love mustard. Mustard yummy. I too love mustard. We don't have a dog. I'll ask the neighbor. Neighbor has a big dog. You'll get a big sample too. You put a better fishing rod. I'm sorry for trying to have a conversation and an opinion. No, you're good to have an opinion. I just don't see why you were coming at me for having an opinion. That's all. I appreciate you being here, dude. Genuinely. Like, you're a great guy. I thought I saw Lure 3 on there. Not Unbreaking, my bad. Now you're good. You're chill, dude. You're fine. I've eaten 12 more boxes of nerds? Holy cow. Somebody's fixing to have a tummy ache. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of nerds. I love nerds though, dude. I really do. They're great. You told him several times he's allowed to have an opinion. I don't mind people having a different opinion than me. I just don't like when people tell me I can't have an opinion. Like, I'm sorry. I guess I don't know. It felt like it was being made personal for no reason. That's all. I really don't know what I did wrong, but apparently I was doing something wrong. I don't know. Poor squid. A lot of nerds. You got some for me, fam? That's the funny thing. I don't get stomach aches. Trigger? Oh, dude, you are so lucky. After a couple of boxes, I'd be done. I'd be so done. The biggest nerd of them all, unfortunately, no. Oh, man, it's okay. I have some nerd boxes, too. I don't think I have any, man. I gotta go get some at some point. I'll only be fishing for a little bit longer, because I've been streaming a little bit too long. I've got a lot to do tonight. I gotta get some videos, or a video done, ideally tomorrow, so I gotta start tonight. And then I've gotta do some other things, but it's whatever. Oh, I'll wake up early tomorrow. Crap. What time is it? 10:30, okay. Well, when's the next ad break? Dream Gamer, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know I can eat like 2 pints of ice cream with no ache from sugar only fullness. Dang. No egg, no sugar, only fullness. That is insane. I'm not lactose intolerant or anything, but dairy does. I have like a very slight sensitivity. It's not like sickening, but sometimes like I just get a slight discomfort, and it's like, that's not good. That's not fun. Oh boy. Did I submit my taxes this restart? I did. Okay. I think I'm head to bed. Alright, sounds good, Swifty. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. We'll catch you another time. Go get some rest, dude. Admiral, thank you for submitting your taxes. Same dog sugar makes me fall asleep real quick, though I might pass out before I get to 2 pints. I do get a good sugar crash. That one. Thanks for letting me know it restarted. No problem, dude. I got you. We'll stream only 4 more minutes. I'm almost done anyway. You guys are taxpayers? I know. Crazy, isn't it? I do get pretty bad sugar crashes. I crash hard, though, in general. The way my physiology is, it does that. True Mod should have known that anyway. Probably intolerant to lactose, but it only hits like hours after eating. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, if I am lactose intolerant, it's very tolerant intolerance. And like any good lactose intolerant person, I would still eat the ice cream anyway. Like, that's just the way it goes. I do have lactose intolerance sometimes too. I can drink hot cocoa with milk right before bed and not feel any issues till 12 hours later. Ooh. Hot cocoa with milk sounds so good right now, dude. It is currently like... Oh, it's actually not that bad out. It's just below freezing. But it's about to be really cold. It's gonna be down to single digits before long. Those might give me some soon. Oh, man. I might drink some whenever it does get that cold. It sounds nice. Alright. 3 more casts. Including this one. Man, if we could get lure, that would be great. Doesn't it go up to, like, lure 2? So if I could find, like, a lure 2 book, or if I could get a lure 2 rod and combine it with this one, we'd be fine. Also, have I really chatted so much? The one I have means I've chatted the most. Yeah, you've probably been the most active chatter, I think, on YouTube right now. So, you got it. So that was 2 more now, I think? I don't know, I wasn't paying attention when I pulled that in. Oops. Okay, one more. Come on, mending book. We got this, we got this. Trust. Come on. Here it is. Oh well. Okay. For those of you who are keeping track, we've been catching a lot of fish. We've got a lot of fish. I'm thinking I'm gonna put the enchanted tools in another barrel. So I'll put them like over here. Oops, that's not the one. There we go. Take that back. Okay. There we go. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good, guys. We got a bunch of diamonds. So that'll really help me in the next episode recording. I'll actually have enough diamonds to finish making all of the gear. We've fished up a bunch, so we got a really nice fishing rod. I can do some more fishing off stream or off video and on stream. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I need to do a lot of fishing though to get mending. Because I'm trying to get all my first mending books for my first set of gear through fishing, which is gonna be absolutely wild, but I'm here for it. We'll see how it goes. Still can't believe you died 3 times in episode 1. I know. My death count is currently 4, which isn't terrible. It's not terrible. You guys will see the other death that I got, soon. You'll see it Saturday. It was probably the most stupid way I think I could have died, but, well, not the most stupid way, but it was a pretty stupid way, I'll be real. I've learned to bounce off people, with the same mind and energy as me quite easily. Oh yeah, Reg, don't forget to check the funny guitar thing I tried to DM you on Discord before bed if you haven't. Oh yes, thank you, I will. Or I'll try to remember anyway. I won't promise just because I know I'm forgetful, but I'll try to remember. I appreciate y'all for being here though, genuinely, much appreciated. Anyone who's willing to spend their time with me, you're amazing. Anyone who doesn't want to spend their time with me, how dare you? It's been a lot of fun though. We are gonna wrap things up here, so I encourage you to stick around for a raid. We're gonna find a cool streamer to pop into and say hello. If you do hop in, you'll get some free channel points, and like I said, you'll meet a cool streamer. Who is live right now? I wanna say hello to a Minecraft streamer ideally. But all my favorite Minecraft streamers are just doing so good. And it's really hard to find somebody that's like at an appropriate level to go raid. Are you live right now? It's a little crazy, but we could do it, yeah. Alright. Let's go say hi to Silent Whisper. We've actually said hello to them a couple of times. They're a cool streamer. They're actually playing on Minecraft right now. I'd highly encourage you guys to hop in raid, get some free champ points, meet a cool streamer along the way, and I'll catch you guys next time. YouTube, I don't do raids on YouTube because they're kind of hard to do, kind of a pain in the butt. So if you want to join in the raid, I'd hop over to the Twitch side. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.